our company does three things very well. We make fish smile, we make deserts bloom, and we make contamination disappear.
We usually take a sample of soil from that site, bring it into the lab, and do a biofeasibility study.
In Mexico, our technology is registered with the Mexican EPA and the Secretary of Environment, which protects us and its application in Mexico.
All of the organisms that we use here are naturally occurring in nature. They are all biosafety level 1, which is generally regarded as safe to humans, non-toxic. No, we don't use any genetically engineered organisms.
And one of the things that we came across was some technology that was created by George Robinson and his daughter Mary Robinson in the late 1960s. And in fact, George was the first person to ever do a commercial oil spill cleanup in anywhere in the world using natural bacteria, and that was done in Santa Barbara County and using in Cat Canyon. And our Cat Canyon bugs or microbes are used to this day to clean up oil spills around the world.
What we do is apply these bacteria through three principal U.S. patented technologies that our company holds.
What I do is I'm in charge of the lab where we grow all of our microorganisms that we use in the field. We have about at least 40 different microorganisms. We store our microbes in liquid nitrogen. This preserves them for years and years and years without changing any of their qualities.
We had big crowds pretty much all the time. We had big crowds out there admiring the technology that we had brought to them, to their country. And it was cool to see them embrace it in such a way that they actually appreciated what we were doing, and they appreciated the fact that it was a natural occurring bug that was helping clean up the contaminants out in their site.
The formation of a new free trade zone in Central America called CAFTA, Central American Free Trade Act. And CAFTA will bring in the countries of Guatemala, El Salvador, Panama, and others into a similar trade relation as we enjoy between Mexico, Canada, and the United States. For our ventures in Mexico right now, this will also mean that compliance to North American environmental regulations will eventually befall the CAFTA nations. And just like the opportunity we now have in Mexico, will further expand south to those CAFTA participants and allow us to grow on the model that we've built in Mexico and easily expand that with the same culture, the same language, and the science and technology understood that we can export to those CAFTA nations as well.
I'm certainly no expert on the politics of Mexico. My understanding is that that they've certainly had their share of contamination, and it's really gotten to be a big issue down there that the local people, that they're a driving force in making things happen. They've been complaining and protesting and putting political pressure on actually making things happen.
One of the challenges that we have in U.S. microbics and in general in any new technology that's brought to market is to convince people to use it. Just like the people who had steel ships or had to convince people that were using sail ships and people that were using whale oil, for example, to go to gas. It was a tremendous paradigm shift. And one of the paradigm shifts that we have is to go from conventional technology to biotechnology, using Mother Nature's secrets to solve the problems of the world rather than chemicals and other types of things.
We enjoy the opportunity to see a site get cleaned up definitively, where we're not just studying a problem that's continuing to fester and spread through neighborhoods and population centers, but actually clean up the source and make it go away. And I think for all the folks that I work with, and for myself included, the opportunity to help the people in Mexico realize the quality of life difference and the opportunity to enjoy their environment without being fearful of it being threatened is quite a benefit and reward for all who work here.
For example, in the environmental business, there's only 3 ways to get rid of contamination. We like to say we can either bug it, which is our technology, we can bury it, take it from one place and put it in another, or we can burn it, put it into the air. Well, clearly, the last 2 alternatives, burying it and burning it, are not environmentally friendly, but bugging is. Bugging takes a little bit longer, but it's more friendly to the earth. We like to think that's the technology of the future. We like to think that's the technology of the future. We like to think that's the technology of the future.